I gave her. You see?
Way too. Sony, you suckers needed this. Okay, with all the stuff that's been going on over with PlayStation lately, these suckers damn sure needed this. Wow, freaking Astro Bot is at a 94 on Metacritic? I didn't think it'd get this high. I had predicted, I thought it was going to get like an 85 or 86. But I loved the first Astro Bot. If you played it on a PS5 because it was a PS5 launch title and it was free to play, I feel like a lot of people didn't really play the game because it was like, Astro's Playroom, I think it was called, on the PS5. Probably one of, still to this day, where's my PS5 controller? Probably one of, still to this day, the best game that actually utilizes what the DualSense can do. With the haptics, with the adaptive triggers, with the touchpad, the motion sense. Like, that's why I think I love the Astro's Playroom so much. So to see this game get this score, hopefully people go out and actually support this game. With Astro Bot getting a 94, this is the second highest rated game of 2024 on Metacritic, only behind Elden Ring. The Elden Ring Tree DLC is at a 95. This is the second highest rated game of the year. Like, again, these scores is kind of shocking because I didn't think it would get love like this, but this is great. Sony, again, they needed this because all of the stuff that's been going on with them and the bad acquisitions and lack of multiplayer games, and then Concord falling off the freaking cliff, and just the kind of uncertainty that PlayStation has had really all year long. We don't really know the next big games coming from them. They needed they needed this to come out and do well, and it has. And on top of that, they needed some variety. I feel like, and not just with Sony, but with Xbox as well, like the variety when it comes to like genres this gen hasn't really been all that balanced. I just feel like these days, if it's not like a shooter or a freaking games as a service, live service piece of garbage game, or a freaking remaster or a remake, it feels like at times we be getting all of the same style games. At least to me, it feel like that sometimes. So to see a platformer come out and get this love, like, bro, I'm all for seeing more variety on that PlayStation 5. Like, just in gaming, period. It's good when devs take risks. Not every game has to be a AAA blockbuster banger. I also wanted to touch on one thing that kind of irked me a little bit when I heard about this. it kind of did have me like kind of shaking a little bit when I heard this, because I'm just like, what the freak do I know out of the end of the day? But Sony execs have said recently they don't think they have enough original IPs. What? Whether it's for games, films, or anime, we don't have that much IPs that we fostered from the beginning. In an interview with the Financial Times, chief executive Kenichiro Yoshida said Sony needed to shift its focus from distribution to the creation of intellectual property to cement a corporate transformation from a consumer electronics brand into a global entertainment company. Sony has leveraged its variety of media businesses to better profit from its acquired intellectual property, leading to hits in recent years, including The Last of Us, which was converted from a PlayStation game into a hugely popular television series, and Uncharted, another game adaptation for cinema. We're lacking the early phase of IP, and that's an issue for us, he added, noting Sony has historically been better at finding a global audience for content that have already become popular in their home market. One thing that you need is IPs. That is step one, Goyle said. And if you don't start creating or buying in those that do, then the risk is someone else will do it. So the risk is not doing anything. So they're like talking about just like entertainment in general. But when they said whether it's for games, what? And what, like, dog, what do you mean? Like, Sony has, bro, I don't know how many times I gotta say this, junk. Sony has the IPs. It's just for some reason these suckers are completely ignoring them now. They legit have multiple IPs on the shelf. I swear if I hear one more sucker say, bro, don't nobody care about them old ass games. Sucker, them games were successful. They were. They might not have been as successful as games like Call of Duty or freaking Battlefield or, you know, some of the most popular games out there, but Resistance was a successful franchise. Killzone was a successful franchise. Freaking SOCOM was a successful franchise. What's some other freaking IPs that they went away from? Jak and Daxter. I've been wanting a Jak 4 literally for like over 10 years now. Still ain't get a Jak 4. You know, people been asking for freaking Infamous to return. I mean, like, bro, Sony has, like, if I actually wanted to, I can't think about like every freaking little thing, but Sony has multiple IPs that they can still do stuff with. Why they choose not to? If they think they won't make a profit from it, I mean, whatever it is, you know, I just feel like even with the games now that they're, you know, starting to turn into freaking TV shows, like freaking Horizon, they got a Gran Turismo show. Like, it seems like just lately they've been trying to turn, like, it almost seems like from the gaming aspect for Sony that if it's not something that they can turn into like another aspect of entertainment, like if it's not something that they can turn into a freaking series, like whether it be for TV shows or movies, whatever, they have no interest in doing it. That's why Last of Us is now like, you know, their freaking cash cow, because Last of Us, though it is a very popular game, it now has a TV show. I would not be surprised one a bit if they turn it into a freaking movie. Uncharted has movies. You know, freaking Horizon is getting a show. God of War is getting a show. Like, it just seems like if they can't make maximum profit on said franchise, they have no interest in it. And I'm not a businessman out of the end of the day. I'm just a crusty black man sitting in his junky ass room on YouTube. But to act like, especially with what just happened with Concord, to act like these suckers have literally nothing, like they just have to come up with like new ideas. Bro, you're literally sitting on gold mines. Legit. They might not do insane numbers, but you cannot tell me if you make a next generation Resistance, that junk would not, and you freaking take Insomniac out of purgatory, making nothing but Marvel related content, and get them back to just creating whatever the hell they want. A next generation Resistance on PlayStation 5, Killzone, SOCOM, bring back Jak and Daxter. Like, as far as games go, I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear none of that. You suckers literally got games on the shelf. And I feel like Astrobot, going back to what this vid is really about, Astrobot is proof of that. Like, people are open to playing new games that, you know, aren't really like established like that. Bro, at the end of the day, if your game is fun and people feel like it's a quality experience, people are going to buy it. But again, like, I feel like a lot of companies now, like, they want, like, because gaming is so expensive, even though I don't know how much, what was the budget for Astrobot, but it's like they just want every game to sell like $20+ million. Like, you're not gonna do that for every game. It's not happening, bro. It's not. Like, I feel like devs need to get that out of their head. Not every game can sell 20 million units. It's not gonna happen. It's just not. So you can still take risks and have new IPs still do successful, but they might not, you know, be doing freaking GTA numbers or nothing like that. But you can still build something like that. Like I like when I heard this junk again, just for games, I got triggered a little bit. So, but yeah, y'all let me know about what y'all think about Astrobot. Will you guys be getting that Astrobot day one? I won't be able to play this game tomorrow because I'm going. Unfortunately, I have to go up to Georgia for a funeral. So I won't be able to play this game this weekend. But when I do get back, we definitely gonna be hopping into that Astrobot, seeing what all this game is about. Hopefully it uses. That's another thing. I want to see like you just know how every generation freaking Sony hypes up their controllers with all these different features and all the stuff that they can do. I'm telling you right now, bro, Astro's Playroom is the only game well, not the only game, but as far as the game that actually utilizes everything that the DualSense can do, if you want to play a game like that and experience like all of the PS5 and what it can truly do, play Astrobot, play Astro's Playroom for a free on a PS5. So I'm very excited to see, you know, all of the stuff that they got in the new game. So I will be getting that junk day one. But yeah, props to Sony for this, because they if this game didn't do it, if this game got like a 71 or 2, which isn't a bad score, but people would have been like, now what? So it's good that this actually did it well. But y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Till my next video, my brothers and sisters. I'll catch y'all boys in my next one, all right?